Oh, wonderful. Great, you look beautiful.
What I need is I need to get the training. For 5:30 an hour.
If you really care, you want to send it to them.
1 hour
Yes,
yoga.
you give directions.
How 1 hour.
How do you find the live stream?
Oh, it's on our website, generalhour.us. And then there's a live stream section. generalhour.us.
Oh,
And also, without being able to see this thing, it doesn't look like it's just like show that. Called the gentlest. Otherwise, gentle.
Hey, how's it going, man?
Hey, dude.
Glad you made it again. You ready? Did you get the reader's email? We can go sort of there's like some amazing procedural stuff. Just like
Is it something important?
I mean, it's just like if you get up,
Common sense.
it's not too much of a bio. If it's necessary.
Oh yeah, I read that stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, that's basically it.
It was good. Yeah, I did. I wish I knew something so I could talk about it. But it was like a monologue. You were like an internal dialogue, but doing it as a monologue and about kind of the end of life. Like
And it's gonna go for like an hour, so it's gonna die.
Another startup?
Well, do you have the YouTube app? You're gonna download it?
download
We can't simulcast it. I have to redo everything. I'm pretty sure. Check if this is up, because I might just get a battery for it.
Made to like sell we just happen to innovate in disrupt the industry.
They're like, do you really need it? And then they start
Oh, hey, you made it! I heard you weren't coming. I heard you were thinking of not coming. You said she was great. She's like, oh yeah, she said she might not come. And I was like, and not everyone else? I didn't think it. I didn't think it was mean-spirited. Good to see y'all. How you doing?
PhD chair of University of Oregon. They wanted me to go like a master's.
Can you go to the generalhour.us?
Basically, my
live stream and see the link? Hey, how's it going? Nice to see you again. Where did I put that coffee now? Oh, it's over there.
Had a basically saying, hey, like, we can make all these barracks sustainable. American can do it in, Hawaii or really surprised me. Supposed to go out on do checklists and audits and so to like working with communication or whatever you did representative and
I'm for mobile. Oh, I think I've been practicing my transatlantic
like the thickness of his windows is probably about like
That sounds like a Japanese dog.
yeah, so basically after that,
When also they like
social media information.
Oh, that's right.
And then after
The genius star.
The research stuff, like freelance, and like I said, making, getting connections with people. As far as I don't actually get money.
Oh, okay. So now I'm gonna change it.
If
I
you,
like research and I like
I'm troubleshooting.
There's like a food experience gonna happen. Are you ready?
Oh yeah, I also have your book, and I don't want to forget it.
Oh, wonderful. Throw it on the table. Oh, the live stream's up. Oh, put it on the table. Anything inside of it. I always leave shit inside books. That's paper for me. Cool. I'll pretend I'm filming everything.
What a little like.
I'm doing the videography here.
Are you?
Yeah. I went to Berkeley for a second. Studied engineering. I worked for Disneyland for a second after that. Mostly just coming up with clever slogans. Yeah.
When are you gonna tell me how much you hated my book?
Try to remember the password.
I tell you, I haven't started yet.
What the fuck?
Oh, great.
I had the free day, and then you didn't get my text message. Continued to get more impromptu because Beth was late, so I stood at Trio and Andrew Jura and me and Tom instead. So Andrew started by doing a solo bass set. It's hilarious.
Man, the two to make it into this begins with Julian.
Oh, yeah.
Just drinking from 5 to 2 on Thursday.
And 5 to 2? 15 to 2
Yes.
Second.
Absolutely disgusting.
It's not a shame, just if you're vegan. Let us know.
What?
You're vegan? I don't know. Okay. Anyone else? Just one? Two? I just wanted to raise my hand.
Wait, he's not vegan. He's not vegan.
You want one? No. I just ate a breakfast sandwich. Alright, so. That's it.
No idea what you want. It's so bad. I'm sorry.
That's the cow.
I walked up to him and immediately touched him.
I want some right now.
I realized I sent you away earlier. I'm going to give a surprise for you.
That's the bummer when people move away and they're not from here. They're like, oh, it's going to be for hands. Well, I don't actually live here, but I am from here.
Is it like right at your feet?
Yeah, if you want to
Alright, everyone. Welcome to Channel Hour 2. I'm very thankful for everyone who came, everyone who submitted. This, again, wouldn't happen without any of you showing up or submitting. So I'm very thankful for that. Otherwise, it would be a very empty space and a very quiet morning. Put together something else. So, are also the lineup. So if you please sort of disperse them and use them. This is my living room. We're giving to you until you instruct it. If you ate anything else, that's fine. I don't care. Live your life.
So if you could just like pass it around as if it was like family style,
Here you
like in Thanksgiving, get one, pass
There
it
we
in
go.
until
Everyone
everyone
sort of
back
like-
out. The cause.
You need like a hairnet or something.
Some gloves. Alright, so this is some, everyone just grab a piece of bread if you'd like. Baked, Jeff, is this a sourdough? Fresh baked sourdough?
Thank you.
Yeah, morning exclusive from Cafe Trip Drive.
I know, you're like, why did I? It's not what I asked.
What the food participation?
Participation.
That's like the least humble thing. I'm not sure. We're rolling to some no more. Oh, wait, don't eat yet.
Who doesn't food? Food? You don't have food. Raise your hand if you don't have food.
Alright, doing it. Do you have your notebook?
Is there any more bread or is
I think it's up there. Kaylin,
Yeah.
is there anybody? Some more bread. Yes, please.
You can have a bread off.
I believe it could be a big.
Alright, let's start by taking it away. Through food, we can share and communicate our emotions. It's that mindset of sharing that is really what you're eating. That's a quote from Jung Kwon. She's a chef and Buddhist monk in South Korea. Take another bite. Shuka is Tunisian Arabic slang for a mixture. The word is derived from the Arabic verb shaka, which means oil, 1 large bell pepper chopped, 1 large poblano chopped, 1 medium onion chopped. And for the method, the tomatoes are roasted with salt and pepper and olive oil at 170 Celsius, 350 Fahrenheit, for about 20 minutes. And in a large, at medium cast iron skillet or any pan you have, that can go into the oven. Oil, add the onion, chili powder, cumin, paprika, salt, and pepper. And you bake that for about 15 minutes. And you take another bite. This recipe is like my sweet and spicy comfort go-to. Because it's very soulful. It's a ready egg like a Sunday morning. Tomato sauce, you scoop it up with some fresh bread. Take another bite. The other ingredients are 1 tablespoon of cayenne pepper and chili powder, 2 tablespoons of cumin, 1 tablespoon of paprika, tomato sauce. You can use the tomatoes are soft, and the skin has been peeled. And if you like a hard.
Lauren, could you actually pass me one of the coasters here?
gas stations of the heart. There's no place like it. And that once you've left, you can't go back. And you know that, but also I've never been to the Bolero on, gas stations are how I remember home. For every house I've moved out of, on from, and lost the security deposit to, there's a gas station right down the road, working confidently like it's going to take. And you ran out of rope to hang the tarp up with. What about Grande Mart, somebody suggests? You walk over there, fingers crossed, knowing it's hopeless. Grande Mart isn't exactly the kind of place that carries hundreds of people sharing river rafting near the Redwood Forest. Gasky is about half an hour from the next town over. And once you're past the gas cell phone reception for another 20 miles. It's the only place in Delmark County where gas is under $4.15. And you can buy one of those maps that show sightings of Bigfoot that have happened in the area over the last 3 decades. So you and Alex, rest of Gasky's there to Station 616, calling people who live in other places at the hamlet is an event. To tell them everything's going great in California and study one of the Bigfoot maps they have hanging in the window there. Wow, you got pretty close. It's the places like Monarch Food Million. Did you get your ticket yet? People at work. You hear a voice behind you that says, "Make that 2." You whirl around expecting a purr, but it's as he hands over the money to pay for your ticket. But figure it might make more sense if you end up winning. You don't. Or it's Ralph's in Olympia, Washington, and you and the person you love walk over to get some stuff in your front yard. You already have sauce you're making. You see there are old dead bugs coming out. You scream and dump the sauce, reflecting silently on how you've already used that cumin like 3 other times. You put your shoes back on and go back to Ralph's. Or it's college in Austin again, the bodega, and the guy behind the counter knows your name because he's so you had waited until the morning it was due to start writing. And he didn't get annoyed that only dropped a whole 40 on the floor. In India, he used to be an engineer, not a clerk. Once you saw him at a co-op party getting a beer from the keg, which of course had been purchased from the book, as the guy behind the counter scans the morning before you drive to work. But then you're already too sincerely, so you can make up for not knowing him, and he's already checking out the next customer. Today, you're moving away from that house, and you're stopping at the Bolero one last time to buy gas before you leave town. You pay for the gas and tell the guy whose name you never found out that you're leaving and you probably won't be shopping there ever again. Have a good life, he says unexpectedly, and reaches across the counter to shake your hand.
Ceremonial candle lighting. Just imagine it's been lit the whole time.
Blackberry vines from her eyes at 4 each day, just as the sky, thick, sighs, and bursts from night ripe like a bloody plum. The vines tickle her window's glass. It hums like teeth touching aluminum, and the fruit in a span of night to day, bud, leave, dropping from the vines like flies. The green reels back into her eyes once each fruit dies. Eels swimming from their perch back into her skull. A vibrant, tedious life, yes, but full. She begins her rescue mission at 8 a.m. sharp on September 1st herself, and her dad wouldn't get that either, but this was for a girl. Heroism wasn't Howard for not trying to save the girl she loved from what he liked to call the town's resident Godzilla. So she stamped her feet into the dirt and hiked towards Terrence Park. Journal entry 36, September 1st. I've been thinking of asking Dad if he thinks I look gross when she sees me. Maybe I should just stall on playground for nothing but bad news. More frightening, however, were the record-breaking alligator had been spotted in the park just 2 miles north of her home, which included grafted from where they had been hanging and collaged her bedroom walls with as many as she could board. Her father noticed a new creative urge in her a few months ago, right after she turned 11. Gigi knew women who knew stories of creatures smarter than even Mama, who knew secrets of muddy earth and snail's tails and mapped the swamp so we could gather nature magic and avoid monsters. When Talk Box 13, my shin guards came in handy. I walked approximately an eighth of the way there and had to sit down because my
I remember it was pretty wild. We were out on the beach, and then I watched it for a minute. Linda explained to Madeline, this is about when they saw the UFO. I watch it, Daryl says. Madeline hadn't quite been joking. Linda goes to help him carry them. Daryl looks at Madeline, still smiling. So how about you then? How about me? What? Have you ever seen anything you couldn't explain? Couldn't explain. She sips her Lone Star. You know, like a ghost or a UFO or whatever. She laughs. Every time I end up in the bathroom with my head in my hands, waiting for it to end. Oh. Daryl laughs softly, looks down, and she wonders if she likes this guy a lot. He's nice and funny, but not mean the way most funny guys are. And he's good looking with a nice big chin and a healthy head of hair. She struggles to think of something to tell him. Okay, well, I remember once when I was a girl, my mom sent me to summer camp, which I hated, by the way. I'm not the most outdoorsy type. Anyway, we were out kayaking, and I guess I got separated from the group, and I realized they were suddenly all gone. Just me on my kayak, no one around. I went, ashore, but I wasn't in the right place near the trail to get back to camp. I didn't have a clue where in the fuck I was. She takes a swig of the familiar. I left my kayak on the shore and proceeded to get absolutely bumfuck lost in the woods. I must have just been half a mile away from the camp the whole time, but I just did circles or something. And then the sun started to set, and then it got dark. The moon was out, so I could see where I was going, but I was terrified. 9 years old, I think. At some point, I remember just collapsing next to a tree and bawling my eyes out. I cried and cried until at some point I finally ran out of steam. She looks at him, he's listening. And then I hear it, a voice. At first it's just whispering and it scares the shit out of me. Then it gets louder and I realize it's singing my name. Madeline, Madeline. And I don't know what came over me because I was absolutely terrified and figured I must be going crazy. But I got up and started wandering in the direction of where I thought the voice was coming from. It never got louder, but it continued singing, Madeline, Madeline. And I kept following this weird singing voice, and you know what happened? I got back to camp. And here come Bob and Linda with the shots. As the years go by, they will tell this story of how they were up. And I repeat the story about the time she got lost and ask her about the story, and she will say, oh, I just don't like talking about it. It's a traumatic memory. And then, after Daryl's conversion experience and his seminary, they will begin to have their barn-burning theistic conflicts, or conflicts has a capital C. What becomes inevitably, he will attempt to use the story as a weapon against her and her often expressed doubt, her severe and persistent atheism. And she will be a little drunk at the moment, and she will confess the truth, which is that she made the story up just to get her to like him. And it never happened. And Daryl's heart will be broken for the first but not last time.
Coming out and I'm laying in my bed with no underwear and my pussy feels more like a hand than a pussy. And I've smoked 3 more cigarettes a week in the past 6 months than since I was old enough to realize I would get talked to by a boy, by a man, a boy who claimed bruise a broken arm. I'll always be tired. You don't have to do it after every time. My shit's so short, it's not gonna be worth it. Blinking lights, the yellow kind, the The ones on the drive to Galveston, I stopped. I stopped serving at Brooklyn's. I said I love you, but without vocal cord vibrations. Mouthed into your shoulder, silent and I know you won't say it back, so I treat it like a prayer, personal and in God's hands. Alright, I wrote this book a few years ago. I'm gonna read some poems from that. I haven't really looked at it, and it's gonna be very personal. At 3 a.m. you will become your best friend's floorboard. The clutter of thoughts, such a mess. You will absorb it, hear nothing but shallow breaths and whimpered sighs. What do you do when a friend starts breaking apart? I can't sew, but I will try and hold you together for as long as I can. Misery likes an empty bed and heavy curtains. I want to be with you more than I want to breathe. How scary to love someone more than air. Feeling of being wanted. I find comfort on kitchen tile and in sink drains, on stovetops and in microwaves. Soaked in marinades in the fridge, you eat like you starve, but only when I can taste the difference. Sometimes all you want is for someone to look at you and say, I get it. You want to stop feeling like this is your world to suffer in alone, that you only have your own hand to hold, that other people feel like their skin is being pumped up like a balloon, and your head has a plethora of beads whispering their words. I think that's done, yeah.
Cookies written at 1 a.m. December 24th this year, 2018. Cucciadati, bucciolati, burchidati. The small squarish treats, which, like their name, have been seen wearing various coats of armor. Reds, greens, blues, and I realize now, after attempting my first year of baking our trillion fig cookies, the reds, greens, blues, and pinks were born out of necessity. I sense we ran out of red and green dye, or perhaps it was 1 a.m. and the stores were closed while we were still icing the last few batches of 500 plus cookies Grandma set out to create. I recall feeling a sense of stress pervade the room when I would ask my, when we may be baking those cookies again this year? Eyes would dart from one wide-eyed face to another, and Grandma would sit a bit straighter, and a conversation would ensue. Yet, the request for a baking date never discussed, which leads me to this point. On December 24th, 2018, I now understand, Grandma. I now understand. I read about fig cookie recipes online, and people love them. To be honest, we like the fig cookies our Gurisco and Castellana families have recreated year after year for as long as I can remember, but I would never go so far as to use the word love. If there were a sweet treat covered in chocolate next to these fig cookies, let's chocolate treat always wins the round. 99% of the rounds to follow. Grandma would also choose the chocolate treat. Do not let her fool you. Nevertheless, those squarish treats will always be there at Christmas. I and many others in meet the mark of this fate. December 11th. I solicit the help of my new army, Mary Grace and Mary Catherine. Our plan is to bake the fig cookies on December 21st and bring them to Tina's party that same night. December 11th, one man down, Mary Grace. December 12th through the 16th, I forgot I was making fig cookies. December 17th, I remembered I was making fig cookies. December 17th, Mama texts me an image of Aunt Rosetta's recipe, which is on 2 4 cards, mind you. A note to you, my reader, you can never You can never say that these are Aunt Rosetta's because Aunt Margie believes I and if you know Aunt Margie and you like me as a person, you will just say as I do and never say a word. Okay, the recipe appears simple enough. Butter, sugar, Crisco, cinnamon, dried figs, etc., etc. Easy. Not only will we bake the fig cookies on Friday, December before, you are pouring yourself a glass of wine and laughing hysterically at this story, for you cannot buy a naivety. Oh, millennials. And here is where we begin, December 19th. Perhaps I should just look at this recipe again. Grind the figs. Soak if the figs are too hard. What the hell is Okay, well, first phone call to my mother, who states nonchalantly, "Baby, you need a meat grinder. We just usually do it to the grocery store here. They just grind the figs for the ants." Ants, plural, yes. Well, unfortunately, Mom, I live in Houston, value their sanitary guidelines. I must admit, I did call a few and beg. No luck. So, millennials, what do we do when we are faced with an issue? We Amazon. Within 1 minute, I had my $40 meat grinder scheduled for next day delivery. Problem solved. Life really is too easy. Or so I thought. December 20th. I worked from home this day. So while my required training laptop, I had the bright idea to make the dough so I could be ahead of the game. I pulled out my largest bowls and got to work. Within 10 minutes, my next problem emerged. My 3 largest bowls are filled to their brims with 3 different ingredients that all need to be mixed into one. I don't have a large enough bowl to mix. I chose to forego those options and make do. Somehow I figured it out. Okay, my grandfather ends up letting me know after Christmas that garbage bags are the way to go. Seriously, garbage bags? Okay. Now, while the too small of large bowls disaster is being solved, there's a knock at the door. Is it really? Ends on delivery man? Yes! I tear open the package to reveal the meat grinder attachment. No. Yeah, so I need a KitchenAid to attach this thing to. Oh no. Okay, we're back to square one. December 21st, excuse me. By now you have forgotten that today was supposed to be the B-Day. That's now moved to tomorrow. I used him for a meat grinder. I call every store and give them a savvy story about why I need their grinder for my no butcher, you name it, no luck. He did one at Walmart, to which I traveled as fast as my 2008 Honda Civic would take me, and before my very eyes is the KitchenAid companion, the meat grinder attachment. Grandma, I love you, but at this point, even $199.99 exceeds the threshold of my love. Now, I was supposed to possess at this time 500 beautiful cookies in my kitchen. Amazon, please save me. December 22nd. The dough is made. Kroger has everything but dried figs, of course. So off to Whole Foods for the 3rd time in 2 days. Aisle of Whole me. So, back to the recipe. Figs. Easy task. The word easy has changed its definition in my mind this time. By 7 14-ounce bags. Wait, is that right? 98 ounces, 6 pounds? Okay, whatever this recipe calls for. I reach for the dried mission figs. When out of my peripheral, I see another family of figs, sun-dried. No, I have not come this far to buy the wrong ingredient, albeit the star ingredient of this little demon of a cookie. Phone call to my mother, which rendered helpless. However, I did gain the confidence to commit to the mission figs. Now, have you ever seen 6 pounds of dried mission figs? Yeah. Have you ever paid for 6 pounds? Yeah, perhaps the better question at this point is, Elizabeth, why are you buying 6 pounds? Hey, this is what the recipe called for, and at this point, I was still committed to making 500 plus big cookies with my army of one for the imaginary people I envisioned. In the meantime, a text appears which reads, "Don't forget to cut the stems off of each one." Cut the stems off of 6 pounds of dried figs. Yeah, it's official. Easy is now my old heart. December 22nd, 10 a.m. After the stems have been cut, I decide to soak the figs per Aunt Rosetta's recipe. Please note this was a subjective comment on her first index card, stating that one can choose to soak the figs if they are too hard. I wish I had ignored that note. December 22 p.m. My army of one shows up. Mary Catherine has come over to sit silently in the trenches of my living room to await the delivery of our main artillery, the meat grinder. December 22nd, 2 to 8:30 p.m. Yes, it is still the same day. Mary Catherine and I have eaten lunch. We get into a huge discussion, erring on the side of our own battle. Mary Catherine is my sister. Please, God, do not take my one last soldier. We watch a movie together and we start to doze off. December 22nd, 8:30 p.m., the doorbell rings, and just like that, baby, we are back in business. And together, Mary Catherine and I recreate the tradition which I love to experience at my grandmother's dining table each year. It was there where I can still hear the sounds of my aunt's voices laughing together in harmony. It was there where I picture Grandma in her apron batting Mother's hand away from the dough. And it is there where I see Grandpa happily devouring his dainties for 1 a.m. And so I close my story with this. Thank you. Thank you, Grandma. Thank you, Grandpa. Thank you for creating life for us to share together through traditions. I never understood what a tough cookie these little cookies were to bake until now, but it is so worth it. I tweaked the dough recipe a bit, but I am okay with that, for I am ready to keep this tradition living on. No matter whose kitchen table it is, the creating of these cucciadatis is the magic. Thank you for being my magic. I love you, Elizabeth. Cucciadati amateur tip. Number 1, do not depend on Amazon one-day shipping. You may be able to get away with 2-day shipping. Number 2, do not soak the figs too long at all. Number 3, buy the darn grinder. Number 4, remove the dough from the fridge at least 4 hours before you try to roll it flat. Number 5, buy garbage bags because, hey, remember, you need to mix your dough. Number 6, buy more butter than you think you need. You can never have enough butter. Number 7, have fun with one batch of cookies. Throw in chocolate chips. How much? I don't know. I am going to pull an Aunt Rosetta and just be subjective here. Have fun. Number 8, solicit more soldiers. Number 9, if you see a recipe for 500 cookies, run. And number 10, drink lots of coffee. This is a marathon, ladies and gents.
Really good.
You can move that little pillow thing if you want to, or like sit it up if you'd like. Yeah, however. Soft sculpture pillow.
What if I was to take all of my life experiences from my heart? Whoa. I'm Vicki Fowler. This is an excerpt from my work, and 39 becomes 1. He was good, but I can't say I remember how it felt. I'm cleaning her room. I chucked the polished green rock in the box. I heard the malachite fall. It used to be such a special totem. To me, for her. Now it is just another pebble and a part of a collection. Rock babies, she has a collection of them. She keeps in one of the decorative cardboard boxes I got for her before she was born. Rocks, ancestors, grandfathers and grandmothers. Greetings, relatives, we say as they enter the lodge. For Sandra Bird, these rocks are her babies, her rock babies. I caught her tucking one into bed one night, covers and all, sort of in the same vein as the tamari bottle she swaddled with her great-granny's red bandana. One of the boxes, turquoise and gold, one of them red and gold. The red dedicated to keeping something else, however long lost. The turquoise, tattered and torn, so thin with the lid missing a chunk, held her rock collection. In my mind, I always promised to take the box back together, always holding it all. This box, all considering, was brave and holding so much heavy. Rock babies, our grandmothers and grandfathers, who have given of themselves in a service, a life, not necessarily a lodge, but a service. Within the collection, a side hunk of the 60s backyard concrete decorative table, falling apart as we speak. Pebbles from just about every parking lot and park we have ever been to. Legitimate Texas dirt gems, once washed, showing their beautiful crystal shine only a Texas girl could recognize. Ready to sell bought rocks, aka fool's gold, tiger's eye, the usual inappropriate mining pieces sold in museum stores or bourgeoisie toy stores. Ceremony rocks from the land, and a couple of polished rocks from her mother's past lover's Indian grandmother's hobby collection. Malachite is a stone of balance, abundance, manifestation. Malachite absorbs energy and draws emotions to the surface. It makes all chakras especially helpful in the stimulation of the heart and the throat chakras. It amplifies energies of all kinds, both positive and negative. Here, I focus on the intention, much like the Anahinga bird who visited me just so. A partner who is direct, honest, and not an illusion there, and something just did not feel right, sitting next to the illusion of a man. The one I projected so brave from his one childhood effort. The one that boasted love so big and delusions of grandeur with actions that would never happen. I was the one that jumped in the Atlantic Ocean on New Year's Day, a tradition, his tradition, and so because he was still at the shore, waiting to jump, hesitating, waiting for life to be his free will, when life and Creator and the Holy Spirit had lined it all up for our love to be something extended from its long, elegant neck, spearing innocent fish for breakfast, lunch, or dinner, swimming around the waters, Galveston waters, dirty, muddy South that tastes so good waters. Turns out this bird, much like the American crow, Chicago and Midwest beyond, a thunderbird, too, has a thunder lineage. Is this an appropriate discussion to have with your child? Bird, who is Joe? Her mom, don't you remember he was my boyfriend? Bird, he is not anymore. Her mom, Manuel is my boyfriend now. Joe was not brave enough. Bird, so we ditched him because we wanted someone that is brave and does service work? Her mom, No, actually, I had prayed and asked Creator for what was right and good, and then he took them from our life. Word. Creator wants us to have someone who is brave and does service work. For Mom, I think so, Sandra Bird.
If you could move that microphone, move the microphone and just don't have it pointed towards the chair. Just like point it away. All right, that should be pretty good.
You know, bird is my first word. I like to start off every set by doing something no one's ever done before, because if you march at the center of the avant-garde, the avant-garde marches on the back. Tarzan tune. You know, it's really helpful. A lot of people do this stuff. Not the right way to do it. Okay. Leave me and leave life alone. I sat by the window and I heard me write jokes for the beginning of my set. If time is like river, well, it was man-made by the Army Corps. Structural problems. Oh, finally he found the words. Finally he found them. And when he looked up, they were gone for good. Oh, leave me and leave life alone. I sat on the chair and sang songs. Sang songs about being alone. Oh, why don't you all go home now? Finally he found the words. Finally he found them. And now the trouble was he could never. Finally he found his keys. Leave me and leave life alone. I laid on the floor and still on the ground. Oh, grace is just flying down. Oh, you come me upon the ground. Oh, just flying down. The country western portion. I learned this in a guitar lesson when I was 12, and I have not forgotten it. Not a lot to forget. Oh, nothing is like a river, and nothing is like a mountain. So this next song is called A Line from my healthcare economics textbook. I didn't understand the equation that came after that. So if you did want to become my fan and come to my shows, like, I want to make sure art is reflecting reality. So the last time I played kind of my reality was that I was supposed to have a lute that was done being built in the month of January. And the funny thing is, I have to put a down payment on this lute. You have to put a down payment. It's pretty crazy. And I take lute lessons via Skype. Pretty funny. But anyway, it was supposed to be done in January. And I think the dude who's building it is dying. It's not responding. And I feel really bad. And like they have these Facebook posts that are like, Steven is very unwell. I won't respond to my emails. And I'm like, do I get my deposit back? On the one hand, it's really fucked up, but they're really expensive. Oh, nothing is like a harvest moon, 'cause nothing is like nature anymore. I have to read this one. Let's see. The song is called Adjectives and Animals. Hungover trout. Hungover trout. Delicate warbler. Bunny mouse. Slutty pheasant. Reclusive squirrel. Depressed turtle. Impotent illegal salmon. Cape fever, depressed turtle, impotent slutty pheasant. Probably all fuck each other. No conflict. I don't know, maybe they have very strong, very